What is up, guys? My name is Drew Adams, and we are here tonight to talk about three different stocks, and I'm going to try to keep it all under 15 minutes. So that being said, we got to jump right into this. And so the first stock that I'm wanting to get in and talk about is Bumble. So they had their initial public offering today. They IPO'd, and there is some big news that came behind it. So let's jump into that right now as well. So let's see. I think this is the one. So Bumble opens at $76 versus its IPO of $43, which itself was up from the initial hoped for range of 37 to 39. So insane for this company today. So what they did is they sold 50 million shares, raising $2.1 billion on the IPO, giving them an $8 billion valuation. So let's talk about Bumble here. I'm married, and so I'm not in the dating scene. And so I actually was, when I was looking this up today, I was like, what's going on? Doing my research into Bumble and talking to my wife about it, and she's like, oh, it's a dating app. And so I started to take a look into, if you're not dating, or if you're single, or if you are single, then you probably know what it is. And so, but for a lot of other people who may not know what it is, what I try to do with these 15-minute long streams or these shorter streams is just to educate, give people an idea of some different companies, get some insights behind the financials of the stocks that I'm reviewing. And if it's something that you find interesting, you can dig more into it. This way you at least take a look at what's trending. And so that's the point of these live streams, is that I talk about trending stocks. And so that you, as this information comes up, that you can jump on it as fast as you can. And so that's the idea behind these streams. And if you find that helpful or useful in any way, do me a massive favor, hit the like button, give me a sub, and share it with your friends, I don't know, or share it with your boyfriend or girlfriend. Anyway, so so Bumble, essentially what makes Bumble different than Tinder and some of the other dating apps is essentially, well, let's just read it here. So why Bumble matters. It's a healthy relationships are essential to living a positive, productive life. Bumble is a social network that allows you to feel empowered while you make those connections, whether you are dating, looking for friends, or growing your professional network. So it looks like they do more than just dating. Interesting. One first move on Bumble could change your life. And so here's one thing that I found that was interesting, was right here. So it says how Bumble works. When members of the opposite sex match on Bumble, women are required to make the first move, shifting old-fashioned powers of dynamics and encouraging equality from the start. And so I will admit, right? So I went on one Tinder date, and this was like 7 or 8 years ago. I don't know. It was shortly after it started to like kind of get big, right? And so I went on one nightmare of a date, and oh geez, luckily I think like a couple dates after that one, I had taken my wife on our first date. And so luckily I didn't have to get too deep into the world of Tinder. I hear it's quite the experience these days, and so I absolutely dodged a bullet. And so from what I understand, though, nowadays it's kind of makes things difficult. So I like the way that Bumble sets up their model, and as far as flipping things upside down a little bit when it comes to meeting new people. And so I think that's super interesting. The numbers speak for themselves, though. Obviously they made some serious, they did some serious work today. So the IPO'd at 43, company was hoping for 37 to 39, and they got it at 76. And so that's pretty 76 a share, which is absolutely incredible. I mean, that's, almost double what they were aiming for. And so, absolutely insane. And I definitely feel like they can do something with that valuation, right? And so definitely I found it interesting how it's not just dating. It's looking for friends or looking to extend your network. Pretty interesting stuff. And so definitely something to take a look into if this is something that tickles your fancy there. And so the next one I want to talk about, and this one's pretty awesome too. I was pretty excited when I found this one. So I feel like a lot of the stocks that I've been going over lately have been in the clean energy sector, at least. And so I love seeing this stuff. I feel like it's super innovative and it's super exciting to follow and see the progress, especially with like the explosive growth of Tesla and where Elon Musk has taken that. This whole thing he's done with Bitcoin has been pretty crazy, to say the least. And so definitely so this company here is MMEX Resource Corporation. One thing that I found about them and that I absolutely found super interesting was so here's a little bit about them. So they deal with financing of oil, gas, and refining and infrastructure projects in Texas and South America. Today, they announced that they're going to develop solar energy to power multiple planned projects, producing hydrogen and low sulfur fuels combined with carbon dioxide. So they are turning the corner to making things green in their business. And so, I often hear and I often see on the internet that the oil industry is dead, and that it's not really and who really knows how much longer it's going to happen. There's definitely a big major social push as far as going EV and the clean energy route as far as like vehicles. And yesterday, or actually even right after this one, I'm going to talk about another one where they're looking to do transportation as far as airplanes and electric airplanes. So super interesting stuff. But taking a look at what they're looking to do here. So the CEO announced today that they've modified their business plan, moving MMEX to clean energy use and production. Super exciting information. I love seeing this stuff. It's really exciting to see these things and to see companies turn the corner and pivot. Especially with all the uncertainty as far as oil, and so good on this guy. Looks like he's looking for an opportunity to pivot his company there, and he's making that shift. Let's take a look at the stock price. So as of a couple of days ago, company was trading, so it's a micro penny stock. They were 0.002 per stock, and they jumped all the way up to 2 pennies each. Pretty crazy. So back down to almost 2 there. So definitely making some adjustments and some shifts. Awesome stuff. All right, moving on here. So this last one, where'd it go? I'll have to pull it up here because I lost it. Is one that I've talked about in the past, Atlas Crest Investment Corp. So another name for this company is Archer Aviation. And so they merged with Atlas, and hey, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Hopefully I'm bringing something useful and helpful to you here. And so, yeah, so they merged with, so Atlas Crest Investing merged with Archer Aviation to create a helicopter type airplane that, you know, these propellers adjust back down and it goes forward, but it takes off. So it's a vertical takeoff landing plane. But essentially what they've done is they've joined together in a special purpose acquisition to merge together and start to create a new type of travel. So one thing that I found a little interesting about this is it's not like replacing flights across the nation. I think they're starting off small, so like getting flights from, you know, like across town or maybe to a neighboring city. But Archer's developing an electric vertical takeoff landing plane that it says will be capable of flying up to 4 people 60 miles, and it can go about 150 miles an hour. So it's not super far. But one interesting thing is there's a lot of things. There's a lot of things you could do with a plane that can do that for you, right? You know, tourism, traveling, like I said, short distances, really fast. You know, my parents live about 300 miles away from me. And so eventually I'm sure that they're gonna boost this 60 miles to something, you know, as the technology progresses and grows. And so definitely super interesting stuff as far as what they're doing. One of the things that I like to see here is that United Airlines put $600 million into it. The deal when they combined was provided $1.1 billion for Archer to continue their research and development so that they can make these vertical takeoff planes to extend to different aspects of travel. And so super interesting stuff. I loved seeing that as well. And let me see here. And I think that is actually going to have to do it for me for the night. Goal was to keep this as short as try to keep it under 15 minutes, and I did it in 10. And so unless there's anything else you want to talk about, you know, then I'm going to shut this one down. If you missed anything in the beginning, go back and watch it again. If you appreciate any of this content that I've gone over, whether it's Bumble, me talking about Bumble, MMEX or ACIC, these are all super interesting companies that have made some serious moves. Oh, I actually didn't even go over the numbers of Atlas Crest. So yeah, so last, as of a couple days ago, they were trading at $11 a share, bumped up, and it's around 15, 14, hovering right around there. And so pretty interesting growth that you'll see from this. And I actually am pretty excited. I'm going to keep an eye on this stock here and maybe put some of my speculation investment money into this company. It's definitely something that I would like to see grow, and they're definitely one of the first ones into this sector. And so pretty exciting to see what they're doing, and I would love to see where they take it as far as the future. And so thank you guys again so much. I really appreciate you coming and stopping by and saying hi. And like I said, if you find any of this information useful, smash that like button, leave me a sub, and I'll be doing this a couple times a week, every week, on top of my regular videos that I plan on posting Mondays and Fridays. And so Mondays I break down a stock that I put $250 a week into, and then I review some of my past purchases that I've done. You can see that my progress as I've invested, so you can get to understand my philosophy as far as the way that I invest my money. And if you like that content, then I hope that information serves you and is educational and helps you make decisions that make it so that your patterns and the way that you invest your money is more effective and makes you earn more money. And so again, thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. And I hope you all stay safe out there, and I hope you have a good night.